How is it that you can ask as well as get multiple reviews from the same customer at the same time? Hi guys, my name is Deepak Shukla, founder at the Pearl Lemon Cafe, and welcome back to this training series on how to ultimately create an amazing customer service experience for any customer who walks through your door, whether it's cafe, restaurant, bar, or otherwise. And in today's training, we're talking about the multiple review approach. But before we get into it, please do comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, as well as clicking the links in the description below to get access to some of our advanced training not shared in this series. So, look, fundamentally, what's crazy about what's possible is that in this journey of asking, for example, for a Google review, for a Yelp, for a Trustpilot, for a Foursquare, whatever it might be, there's review platforms that do come out every couple of years, then you can effectively get the same customer to leave reviews across 3 or 4 platforms all at the same time. So the way that you want to do that, again, it can happen in a couple of ways. So number one, let's just go through this, type this up. So depending upon how familiar you are with the customer, you can just take their phone and write them all up yourselves, okay? Depending upon how busy it is, of course, depending upon how busy it is and how much time you have, you can take their phone and write them all up yourself. So to do that, you need to be familiar with each of the platforms, okay? So what's worth you finding out is, what is the process actually like in terms of leaving a review on a platform for ultimately a cafe. So the way to do it is that if you've ever visited one of the other cafes that you don't work in, you could leave a review yourself. So you could go onto TripAdvisor, you could go onto Yelp, you could basically go through the entire experience so you know exactly what's required to be able to write up a review. That's going to put you in such a good position, because oftentimes reviews, or the ability to get reviews, breaks down because you don't know quite all of the nuances that relate to actually getting that review to go live. So examples include, but they're not limited to, not being signed in when you are logged into, or rather not logged into, Google Maps. That's the first thing. The second thing is signing up on Trustpilot, but then needing to go to your email to get the confirmation code. The third thing might be the length of the review that's required on TripAdvisor, knowing what to skip and what you can't skip. So all of these little things are going to make a big difference, because the important thing here is speed, okay? So if you can get these things done quickly, then you're definitely going to increase the volume of reviews you can get. There's a bit of an accepted lifeline, if you will, when it comes to actually getting a review from a customer. So if you're able to do it quickly and efficiently, then fantastic, okay? Fantastic, because that way you'll be able to increase the actual volume of reviews that you get, because it's done easily and quickly. So taking the phone and ultimately writing them all up is, of course, the probably the best way, I'd say. The second element is just ask. So, that could be something to the effect of, Frank, if it's okay, it'd be amazing if you just leave us a review on Google Maps, and whilst you're here, I'm going to be cheeky. If you could write almost the same thing on this other platform, like on TripAdvisor as well, that would be amazing. And hey, why not? Don't ask, don't get. There's 3 platforms here. If you can leave a review across all of them, or at least one of them, or at least even 2 of them, then that would be fantastic. So just ask, I think. And the key here is, don't be afraid to ask, okay? In the case of Pearl Lemon, we have no outside funding. We're independent. That may change over time, but play upon whatever the perceived strengths are. So you could say, we're independent. We're just trying to make things work. Or, you know what, Frank, you'd be doing me a favor, because I get basically rewards if, like, there's just basically a cash prize we're all fighting over, if I'm able to get reviews with my name on it, but I need to get them on all 3 platforms. Can you help me out? So there's no reason, just ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Tell the customer you'll get a cash reward if you get 30 reviews. So On a mission. So if you're a barista, if you're front of house, if you're in a position of customer service, tell people that there's a competition. At Pearl Lemon, we do run incentive schemes. So there's no reason why that's not something that you can tie into, or rather tie your customers into, by just letting them know that there's a cash reward if I get 30 reviews. And this all is in line with making use of and this is it. Okay, there's a big positive culture around food and drink, so there's no reason why people won't support you. You've got to remember that people come for not just a coffee. It's not transactional. If it was transactional, people would take their coffee at home and do nothing further with it. It's not transactional at all. So telling your customers ultimately about this will create the feel good, or will make use of the feel good element. And you know what? A couple of customers will actually leave multiple reviews at the same time. So these would be the three things that I'd say that you could engage in. Taking the phone and writing them up yourself, whilst making sure that you're familiar with the platform so you can do them quickly. Just asking, okay? Telling the customer you get a cash reward if you get 30 reviews, so you're on a mission, something to that effect. We're running a competition internally, so whoever gets the most reviews basically gets a reward. So if you could help me out, that'd be amazing. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. I think I'd actually encourage it. And between these three elements, you should be able to get multiple reviews from the same customer. So there you have it, guys.